First look at Oxygen OS 11 based on Android 11 from the OnePlus 9R running on the Poco F3, the Mi 11X or the Redmi K40. Hey peeps, what's up? Munchie here, back with another video, and in this video we're going to have our first look at Oxygen OS 11 based on Android 11 from the OnePlus 9R running on the Poco F3, the Mi 11X or the Redmi K40. Now, even if your device has 8 GB of RAM, it might show over here 6 GB. Do not worry, you still have 8 GB of RAM. As you can see, Android version is 11. Security patch is from July. The kernel they are using is perf kernel, which means this is the stock MIUI kernel, and the wallpaper is linked in the description of this video. So this is how the ROM comes out of the box. You do have OnePlus launcher, which means you have access to your hidden applications. Press and hold on the empty space, go into home settings, and here are a bunch of customizations for you. So you can of course swipe down and either enable OnePlus shelf, or you can choose your notifications. Then you have a toggle for the Google feed. Double tap to lock is present. Icon packs are present and you can change them from the launcher itself. Works without any issues. Hidden space is also there. Here it is. Double tap to sleep works. Unfortunately, double tap to wake is broken on the current build right now. Then we can have a look at the power menu. So bam, this is how your power menu is going to look like. And yes, NFC might be working for some of you, but I cannot confirm that. However, there are people in the Telegram group for this ROM who have confirmed that NFC is working, but again, take that with a grain of salt. And as you can see, Bubbles is present. Android 11 Easter egg works without any issues. And of course, WhatsApp does not support Android 11 Bubbles right now. As for the volume panel, this is how the volume panel looks like. Now, unfortunately, yes, it is on the wrong side, but have a look at those smooth animations. And those of you who have issues with your headphones not working, the wired ones, they do have a fix, which is a Magisk module, which again, everything is linked in the description of this video. Next up, let us have a look at the quick settings panel. So bam, this is how your quick settings panel is going to look like, and here are the different tiles which are available. If you want more, tap on the edit icon, and here are the other tiles which are available for you. Three dot menu on the top right to reset. And yes, you do have the new Zen mode present in this build. So this is the one which has different themes, and this is the one which also lets you create a room so that you can enjoy some Zen mode with your friends. Next up, let us have a look at the recents, and this is how your recents is going to look like. Again, everything is smooth. Do note we are testing the ROM at 120. You also have icons here at the bottom, and you can switch between the different applications. Again, smooth as always, and of course you have an option for clear all. And before I forget, if you press and hold on any application, you do get three different options, which is lock, app info, and certain apps do give you the option of split screen as well. So here it is. The YouTube app did give me the option of split screen, and of course you do have your three finger screenshot working without any issues. And on the home screen, press and hold on the screenshot and you should be able to share it. And if you select more, you do have the Android 11 quick share menu as well. Then with respect to the applications which are baked into this ROM out of the box, you do have OnePlus Dialer, OnePlus Messages is also there, along with OnePlus Contacts. The gallery application from OnePlus with the new UI and the new features is also present. For the camera application, unfortunately the OnePlus camera app which is baked in is not like fully functional. You do have like the normal mode is broken, your front camera is broken, but the pro mode, the slow motions, some of those features are working. Now, how do you access pro mode? Well, press and hold on the OnePlus camera icon, and now if you go into pro mode, you should be able to open it and take pictures without any issues. With respect to the Google camera port, yes, I have linked the Gcam video in the description of this video, and Gcam works absolutely fine. Only macro is broken from my limited testing of Gcam on this specific port. Next up, let us head over to settings, and this is how the settings is going to look like. Again, as you can see, everything is pretty smooth and pretty fast. Let us go into Wi-Fi and network, and you have something called dual channel network acceleration here, and you can enable your intelligent network connection, and you also have an option to enable the dual channel download acceleration. VPN works without any issues. Go into Bluetooth and devices, streaming music using your Bluetooth headphones works. NFC, as I mentioned earlier, has been reported working, but do not take my word for it. Jumping over to display, you do have adaptive brightness, and as you can see, it works without any issues. I had it disabled for the video. Going to advanced, you do have your screen calibration. So you have vivid, natural, and advanced, and once you're in advanced, you can choose between AMOLED, sRGB, and display P3, and of course you can change the temperatures and the green and the magentas as well. Refresh rate, here it is, you can choose 60 or 120. Now if you're at 120, it will switch between 60 and 120 based on the content. No 90 fps in PUBG for now. And one side effect which I personally have noticed of this switching between 60 and 120 when at 120 is there is a little bit of color shift when you are on a normal light theme. Again, that is my personal observation. Then you have front camera display. Now yes, you do have the option of hiding this punch hole, but as you can see, it is not working. I did try it from developer options as well, but not working from there either. Then you also have apps to display in full screen in case you want to. Next up, you do have your vibrant color effect, and you have different options like vision comfort, works without any issues. Then you have your reading mode with two different options, mono and chromatic. Again, both of those are working without any issues. Dark mode is present, works, and you can also manage the apps in dark mode, and you can also schedule your dark mode based on either the time or based on the sunset and sunrise. Then here it is, ambient display. Yes, ambient display is present. AOD is also there, and it works without any issues. A bug which you might notice is that your display does not wake up once you lock the device. Now here's the fix which I have personally found for it. So first of all, disable this lift up display because of the proximity sensor, the virtual proximity sensor they're using on this device. I think lift up display needs to be disabled. And then the next thing which I did is I set the same wallpaper on the home screen and on the lock screen using the gallery application. Now this is a pro tip which I learned from the developers over at OOF gang for Poco F1, and ever since I've done that, I haven't had the issue wherein the display is not going to wake up. So we can of course give it a try. Here it is. Let me for starters disable always on display, and now let us give it a try. Yep, there it is. You can see no issues at all. The device wakes up like a boss, and here it is on your screen. One more time, let us keep on testing it for like 10-15 times, and yep, I've been testing this for like a few hours now, and I haven't had that issue wherein the device does not wake up once I applied those two specific tricks. Then you also have contextual info, a display message for the lock screen, wake the screen for new notifications, and horizon light is present, working without any issues. Then in display, you can change the font size, the display scaling. Go into status bar, you have the battery style options. What do you want? Battery bar, circle, or hidden? Do you want a battery percentage? Network speed is there, customization for the time, and you can also choose what all icons you want to see in your status bar along with a toggle for auto rotate screen. Next up, we can jump over to customization. So yes, you do have canvas, works without any issues. Then you also have your clock on ambient display. We have chosen insight right now. Another thing you can change is the accent colors. So either you can choose the ones which are baked into the Oxygen OS, or you can go into customization and enter your custom hexadecimal code as well. Then you can choose your icon shapes also, 4 different options, along with choosing your icon pack, and you can choose between Roboto and OnePlus Sans font. Let us give always on display a try because I think I did notice a small minor issue over here. So always on display right now is set as all day, and there it is, it should kick in. This is your always on display. So now if I unlock like this, like press the power button, unlock, absolutely fine. However, if I wait for the AOD to kick in, and now if I say check my notifications, and now if I lock, you notice this little lag? Yep, there is a little lag when you like move from your lock screen to your always on display. Again, a very small minor issue, but yes, it is there. Then you have sound and vibration. So in sound and vibration, you can of course change your volumes using the different sliders, and we did get another cat. Dolby Atmos I think is broken on this build as per the developer. Earphone mode is present. Again, earphone fix is a Magisk module which is linked in the description of this video. Go into phone ringtone. You do have the OnePlus or Oxygen OS vibration patterns for your incoming calls, and you can also choose the vibration intensity as well. Then you can also choose a separate ringtone for each SIM card inserted in your device. And other than that, you have your system sound toggles, and you also have configuration of your touch vibration. And while we are in sound, if you ask me how do you put this device into silent mode because you do not have the alert slider, well, there is a free application available in the Google Play Store called IndiaNet's Sound Tile, and use this. Once you install it, it will ask for permission to accessibility. Do that, and then you can switch your phone to silent mode using this specific application. Next up, you have buttons and gestures. So of course, alert slider not present, not gonna work for us. Then you have navigation bar and gestures. You can choose between two different options: 3-button navigation style or the navigation gestures. And if you want, you can hide the bottom bar as well. Let us check out the gestures while we are at it. So again, no issues with the gestures, everything seems to be working absolutely fine. Moving back to buttons and gestures, you do have quick gestures. So 3-finger screenshot is present, double tap to wake is broken, and the other options which you see are not going to work. Let us give 3-finger screenshot another try. Bam, there it is. Expanded screenshot is also present, and as you can see, it is working without any issues. And again, pretty smooth UI, something which is expected from Oxygen OS, unlike the crappy MIUI which comes out of the box on this device. Next up, we have apps and notifications. So in apps and notifications, let us go into see all apps. Let us choose the Chrome application, go into permissions, and then we can go into location. So 3 different options for your location. Then you also have a toggle to remove the app permissions if the app is not used for some time. The duration for that I think is 90 days. Go into mobile data and Wi-Fi. You have toggles for enabling or disabling background data, unrestricted data usage, disable Wi-Fi, and disable data usage. Next up, you also have your notifications, and herein you can control your per app notifications on the lock screen. Go into advanced, and herein you do have notification history once you enable it, working without any issues. Then you also have priority conversations, again works, and you also have control over bubbles. And as I mentioned earlier, WhatsApp does not support Android 11 bubbles right now. Next up, we have security and lock screen. So unfortunately, no face unlock on this build, but you do have fingerprint unlock, and it works absolutely fine. It's not like super blazing fast, but I personally did not notice any delay either. Now the only downside which you might notice with the fingerprint unlock is that you only have touch to unlock, you do not have the press to unlock feature. And next up, we can also jump over to the battery section. So herein you do have your detailed usage, and if you see this flat line, that is like my phone was away from me while I was sleeping for like 12 or 13 hours. AOD turned off, the battery drain was like 1%. So the ideal battery drain is pretty good on this build. Then battery optimization is something which you might have to learn about in case you're not getting notifications from your applications, because Oxygen OS is notorious for killing applications in the background, and they have also added the feature of battery temperature in case you want to use that. Jumping over to utilities, herein you do have your quick launch, which of course is not going to work for us because I think that is a feature for fingerprint on display. Then you have dual apps, works without any issues. App locker is present, and it works with your pin and with your fingerprint as well without any issues to report. Then you can of course schedule your power on and off. You have a toggle for pocket mode. Now super important thing to note over here is that the proximity sensor is broken on this build because Xiaomi decided to use like a virtual proximity sensor cheap out, and of course shameless plug, videos about those are linked in the description of this video. So the only downside is like whenever you are on a call and you do not want your face pressing the buttons. Feel free to use the power button to turn the screen off if you are on a call. Moving over to system, herein you do have the different languages which are present in this build, and here is a list of them on your screen right now. So yes, these are the different language options which are available for those of you who are international viewers and watching this channel in English. Next up, we can talk about safety net, but before that, we can also talk about gaming mode. So yes, gaming mode is present. I have enabled it for Magisk. So you do get your time, your temperatures, the percentages. You have something called Pro gaming mode, which is going to block all notifications and calls, restrict background to boost your game, stop the secondary sim so that you do not have any network issues. Other than that, in gaming mode, you also have mistouch prevention, and the screen recorder is there, but do note that the Oxygen OS 11 screen recorder does not let you record internal audio and microphone at the same time, something which stock Android 11 does. Other than that, what else is present in gaming mode? Yep, you can of course change the brightness as well by using this slider. Now coming back to safety net, so the device is not rooted out of the box, but safety net will not pass. So to pass safety net, you do have to root your device, and rooting is as easy as going into your custom recovery, flashing the Magisk APK. Make sure that the option of inject TWRP is not checked, and once that is done, we can go back to the Magisk app, and herein go into settings. For starters, enable Magisk hide. Once that is done, go into the second option, which is your Magisk hide, which you can choose for the applications, and herein you need to enable Magisk hide for Play Services and Play Store. Now if you do not get the option of Play Store, tap on the search icon, enable show system apps, and then search for the Google Play Store. Once that is done, you can go back and go into Play Store app info, and herein clear storage and cache for the Play Store, reboot your device. Go back into Magisk and then check for safety net one more time. It should pass for you. What if it does not pass? If it is still not passing for you, then your eval type would be set as hardware, which means you need to use the Magisk module by K-Dragon, which is your universal safety net fix. So download this, enable it, reboot your device, clear data for the Play Store one more time, and then safety net should pass for you. And we can also head over to the Google Play Store, go into about phone. Here it is. You can see it does not say that Play Store is not certified, which means Play Store is certified, which in turn means that your banking apps should work without any issues. With respect to YouTube media playback, everything works absolutely fine. Live caption works, picture in picture works. Of course, for picture in picture, you might need YouTube Premium, or you need to be in a specific country in case you do not want to pay for YouTube Premium. Then with respect to your Google Photos, you are getting free and unlimited from this Pixel device, because that is what they are replicating. And we can also check whether the feature of portrait light is working or not. So let us go ahead, try to edit this picture of my favorite football star, wait for the loading bar to finish, go into tools, portrait light, bam, here it is, present and working without any issues. Super important thing to note over here is that portrait light will only work on human objects. So if I try to edit this picture of my chicken friend, it is not going to work. Now with respect to the assistant lady, she is present and she will help you with the screen turned on and with the screen turned off as well. Then let us have a look at the app opening animations. So here are the app opening animations on your screen right now. Everything is smooth, pretty smooth, no jitters, no lags. Recents again fast, pretty fast. And then let us have a look at the Google feed. Try to scroll. There it is, no jitters and no lags in the Google feed. Do note everything is being run at 120. The switch over to the home screen is buttery smooth as well. Again, give it one more try to see if we can find any lags or any jitters in this build. Nope, everything is absolutely fine. Then let us also try to switch between a few applications. Again, there it is, you can see no jitters, no lags, everything works absolutely fine, and smoothness is something which is built into Oxygen Oxygen OS, unlike the pretty crappy MIUI. So what is the final take on this build? Well, in my humble opinion, I think this is a great build. It does have a few niggles here and there which do need to be figured out, but for me personally, none of them are like super deal breakers, but there might be deal breakers for you. But then again, you are running something on your device which is not supposed to run on your device, because you actually paid for MIUI. You did not pay for Oxygen OS on your device, and when you get stuff for free, you should be grateful about it instead of complaining. So a daily driver for me, no doubts. And there it is, peeps. That was our first look at Oxygen OS 11 based on Android 11 from the OnePlus 9R running like a boss on the Poco F3, the Mi 11X, or the Redmi K40. And that will do it for this video. Hope my video helped you. Likes, shares and subscribes are appreciated. Feedback and comment more than welcome. See you when I see you.